phase out a carbon-based economy that's causing our climate change. As president, I will set a hard cap on all carbon emissions at a level that scientists say is necessary to curb global warming, 80% by 2050. In addition, all polluters will have to pay based on the amount of pollution they release into the sky. The market will set the price, but unlike the other tax and cap and trade proposals that have been offered up in this race so far, no business will be allowed to emit any greenhouse gases for free. Businesses don't own the sky, the public does. And if we want them to stop polluting it, we have to put a price on all pollution. Once we make dirty energy expensive, the second step of my plan is to invest $150 billion, much of that generated from the auction that I just mentioned, from the cap and trade system I just mentioned, $150 billion over the next decade in clean, affordable energy. That starts with the next generation of biofuels. In just 2 years, the renewable fuel standard I helped pass has sparked an historic expansion in the production of biofuels like ethanol. But the truth is, corn ethanol is neither the perfect nor the permanent answer to our energy challenge. That's why we must invest in the next generation of advanced biofuels like cellulosic ethanol that can be made from things like wood chips. The struggling paper mills in New Hampshire would be back in business if they could use wood to produce biofuels. And that's something that we should invest in. Many of these clean energy technologies, including the solar panels being used over Stonyfield farms, are being developed in research labs and facilities all across America at this very moment. The problem is, they might never get further than that. U.S. venture capital does a great job investing in research and development, but we don't do enough to take risk out of bringing the new discoveries into the wider marketplace. This will change when I'm president. I will launch a clean technologies venture capital fund that will provide $10 billion a year for 5 years to get the most promising clean energy technologies off the ground. This venture capital fund will get new technologies from the lab into the marketplace so that in the next few years, the American economy can benefit from America's innovations. The third step in my plan is to call on businesses, government, and the American people to make America 50% more energy efficient by 2030. This is by far the fastest, easiest, and cheapest way to curb our emissions and save money at the same time. This is a place where businesses like Stonyfield and towns like Keene have led, and there's no reason why the rest of America can't do the same. Finally, there is one last step I will take as soon as possible. From the moment I take office, I will let it be known that the United States of America is ready to lead again. That we are ready to rejoin the community of nations in taking on the greatest challenge of this generation. I will personally reach out to the leaders of the biggest carbon-emitting nations and ask them to join America in creating a new global energy forum that will lay the foundation for the next generation of climate protocols. I will be in constant contact with these leaders to develop concrete, feasible emissions targets that all of us will meet. Now, doing all of this won't be easy. It won't come without cost or without sacrifice, and if anyone tells you otherwise, then they're not telling you the truth. They're either fooling themselves or they're trying to fool you. The truth is, developing the next generation of energy and becoming a global leader on climate change will be one of the greatest challenges that we've ever faced together as Americans. I will set big goals for this country as president, so some goals that will be so large that the technology to reach them doesn't even exist yet. But keep in mind that hasn't stopped us before. When President Roosevelt's advisors advised him that his goals for wartime production were impossible to meet, he waved them off and said, "Believe me, the production people can do it if they really try." And they did. When the scientists and engineers told John F. Kennedy that they had no idea how to put a man on the moon. He told them they would find a way, and they found one. I believe we will again. I believe we're ready to turn the page on the politics of caution. I believe we're ready to turn the page on the politics of expediency. I'm not running for president to do what's easy, but to do what's right. And what's right is uniting this country around a bold plan to combat this crisis of climate change once and for all. And I hope all of you will join me in that great endeavor.